getting so big.
She went to school, she flourished, she knew the days of the week.
Say mwah.
And so loving, like to me.
CHERONE Coleman is surrounded by reminders of her 3-year-old daughter and the autumn leaves that represent her middle name. But she can never escape the reality of May 5th, 2019, and the phone call from Autumn's father, Tony Pereira, her estranged fiancé who was calling from his car near Baisley Pond Park.
And when he calls me on video chat, I see a video of my daughter burning in the background. Burning in the background. Like, saw that.
This is the first time CHERONE Coleman has told her story on TV. It's the story of a small family's breakdown.
People accuse me of letting people smoke weed in front of her, things like that.
And that wasn't true?
No, that's not true. Nobody's smoking weed in front of my daughter.
After a relationship that started out well between Coleman, a medical assistant, and Pereira, a construction worker from Guyana.
He was really kind. If I needed groceries, he'd take me shopping.
But Coleman later argued with Pereira about his family.
So this is the petition.
And when she broke up with him, she said Pereira showed up screaming at her job.
I went to get an order of protection that same day. I asked for custody and for him to have visitation.
Coleman filed her papers here at family court in Jamaica, Queens. But Pereira tried moving the proceedings to Nassau County, where he was living with relatives, perhaps hoping he'd get a better custody decision there. But the Nassau judge was having none of that.
The court documents show Zoe Autumn Pereira was supposed to have unsupervised alternate weekends with her father. But Coleman sought to modify that, telling the judge Pereira was enraged she'd bought her own car.
I told her about him stalking me, and he had prior cases.
Despite Coleman's claims that Pereira was mentally unstable, he was allowed to take Autumn a second weekend. The little girl's mom had braided her hair and recorded her leaving the building.
Look at my moody pie.
And one of his family members took a picture of him taking her hair out, and he sent it to me.
The father made abuse complaints against the mom and repeatedly called her on Sunday, the day before their child support hearing. And then a relative notified Coleman that Pereira was threatening to kill himself.
And I'm like, I think he's burning her. There's a fire. I think he's burning her. After he set himself on fire, he jumped out the car and tried to run into the pond. Left my daughter burning in the car.
Tony Pereira was burned on 60% of his body. He was accused of murdering his daughter, but died from his injuries 9 months later. CHERONE Coleman tattooed her back, arm, and neck in tribute to her little girl.
It's an autumn leaf.
Autumn Pereira, one of 19 New York children killed by a parent in a 5-year span during custody disputes.
Laws need to be changed. My daughter's story needs to be told.
Say mwah.
In our next report, you will hear from another grieving mother who's spearheading the fight. I'm Mary Murphy, Pix 11 News.